Once upon a time, there was a mother named Kaguya who dug the grave of an animal with terrible power, the 10 tails. This animal is derived from the god tree, a tree that specializes in inhaling a lot of hatred from humans, and begins to turn into a yokai. Faced with the threat of the world being ruled by the 10 tails, the sage of the 6 paths and his brother rose up to rebel, defeating the 10 tails and sealing Kaguya. Then to prevent the 10 tails from resurrecting, he split it into 9 beings, or 9-tailed beasts. Their power is indisputable. When sealed into a human body, that person will be called the Jinchuuriki of the tailed beast. So what are the interesting characteristics of each tailed beast? And what specific role does it play in the Shinobi world? Join Dan's channel to learn all about the 9-tailed beasts in Naruto. 1 Tails. Famous for his absolute defense and extremely powerful sealing, Shukaku is owned by Sand Village in the Wind Country. It is the first of the 9-tailed beasts to appear. Shukaku's face is inspired by the tanuki, a dog badger that only lives in Japan. It was originally sealed into the monk Bunpaku, then Gaara. 1 Tails has a knack for controlling sand and wind. According to Gaara's account, it would take over Jinchuuriki's body if they slept and quickly escaped. That is also the reason dark circles always appear on Gaara's face. 1 Tail's nature is always arrogant, overbearing, ready to kill anyone if not pleasing to the eye. In the past, Shukaku was hunted by Akatsuki by Deidara and Sasori, and sealed into the demon statue of Outer Path. During the Great War, 1 Tails many times cooperated with Gaara to attack Mad very well, and then he considered Gaara as a friend. According to the 8 Tails, Shukaku hates Kurama and considers him an arch-rival, because he thinks Kurama is stronger than him. Shukaku is the 8th strongest of the tailed beasts, because it only won 1 match against 4 tails, lost 3 matches against 6 tails, 2 tails and 3 tails, and ran away after fighting with 8 tail. Two tails. The face is a giant female cat, with serrated teeth and a fiery body. Despite his fierce appearance, Monotabi is said to be very gentle and easy to tame. In the past, Shadaime Hashirama used his power to overpower it, and give control to Cloud Village at the first meeting of the 5 Cage. It was later sealed inside New Yugido. Monotabi possesses fire-bending abilities, and the speed of his claws is extremely powerful when attacking enemies. In the series, it was also the target of Akatsuki being hunted by Hidan and Kakuzu, and was quickly sealed into the mnemonic statue of the Outer Path. Monotabi fought 3 battles with tailed beasts, in which 2 wins against 7 tails and 3 tails, and 1 loss against 9 tails. Three tails. The true face of Isabu is a giant deep-water tortoise, with 3 tails, a large shell with many spines for self-defense and many horns on its head. 3 tails is also a master of using extremely powerful water bending. During combat, Isabu can create a fog that reduces the opponent's range of vision from 20 centimeters to 1 centimeter. In the past, Shadaime Hashirama overpowered it with his own power, and handed it over to the Mist Village to rule. Isabu also has the ability to create coral anywhere, and use it to block the movement of enemies. Isabu was later sealed into the 4th Mizukage. The three tails is also the indirect cause of Nohuririn's death, and led Obito astray. The three tails eventually caught Akatsuki's sights, and was hunted down by Tobi and Deidara. The three tails is the fifth most powerful, and the seventh ranked chakra among the tailed beasts. Four tails. It was a giant monkey with four tails, a mouth with two ivory tusks, and a body as bright red as blood. The fourth tail possesses a strange source of power. It can throw the eight tails away with ease. In the past, the first Hashirama was able to overpower it, and give control to the Stone Village. Son Goku is also a master of fire bending, earth bending, and air bending. He possesses the extremely powerful lava release, due to his long life in a volcano. Later, Son Goku was overpowered by Stone Village, and sealed into Roshi, a loyal shinobi of Stone Village. After that, Roshi was also quickly caught in the sights of Akatsuki when he was defeated by Kisame, and sealed into a demonic statue. In addition, Son Goku is also the second-tailed beast besides Kurama, to meet and talk privately with Naruto for the longest time in the Fourth Great Ninja War. Despite having a six-pack body, and having the sixth highest amount of chakra, the four tails is the weakest of its kind. Typically, he is defeated when fighting with one tail, five tails and seven tails. Five tails. In addition to the four tails, Stone Village also owns another tailed beast, Konkudo. The five-tailed nose has the shape of a horse nose, has four horns and five long tails, each of its tails representing each of the natural elements, thunder, feng, water, fire, and earth. Its hooves kick as well as its tail slams deliver terrible devastation. In the past, the first Hokage tamed it, and gave it to the Stone Village to rule. It was sealed into Han, a loyal shinobi of the Stone Village. Kokuro's horns are extremely sturdy. With just one headbutt, it caused the eight tails to bleed in pain. However, not much is known about Kokuro's true strength, as well as when he was sealed by Akatsuki. Five Tails has fought 4 battles against tailed beasts, 3 wins against 4 tails, 2 tails, and 6 tails, and only lost against Kurama. Six tails. The embodiment of Seiken is a giant snail, with 6 tails, 2 very small hands. The whole body is covered with an extremely poisonous liquid. In the past, Shadaime Hashirama had a hard time controlling its poison, and handed it over to the Mist Village to rule. Seiken is sealed into Utakata character from the Mist. The 6 tails uses water and lightning type techniques, and also creates soap bubbles that trap opponents in them. Seiken has the ability to spray a huge amount of poisonous gas that has the ability to paralyze. It has been compared to the poisonous pollen from Hashirama's ornamental flower. Because of this danger, Seiken is one of the few tailed beasts personally tamed by Akatsuki's leader Pain. In the battle between interesting, 6 tails have 2 wins against 1 tails and 4 tails, 3 losses against 5 tails, 8 tails and 9 tails. Seven tails. Chomei's embodiment is a giant scarab, with 6 tails on either side of its wings and a long tail. Chomei is also the only tailed beast that is not owned by one of the 5 great powers. In the past, after being tamed, Hashirama was handed over to the village of Waterfall. The Seven Tails is sealed into Fu, a female shinobi from this village. However, there is not much specific information about Chone's true strength. It is the smallest of the 9, but the most cunning. It has the ability to transform into other animals to hide, and at the same time manipulate rocks, perform techniques of the Earth system. It was also later targeted by Akatsuki, when Fu was defeated by Hidan and Kakuzu on their way back to the village after the Chunin exam. Chone fought 4 matches, won 1 against the 4 tails, and lost 3 defeats against the 2 tails, the 3 tails and the 8 tails. 8 tails. Gyuki's face is a giant buffalo, with 8 legs like an octopus. On his head, there are 4 extremely strong horns, but they were all broken in the 4th Ninja War. In the past, Hashirama was extremely difficult to tame. It was handed over to the Cloud Village to rule. Gyuki initially was quite violent. All of the previous Jinchuuriki died, due to the overwhelming amount of chakra of the 8 tails. Until Killer Bee became the Jinchuuriki, he tamed it through training at Turtle Island in Cloud Village. The 8 tails and Killer Bee are symbols of the ultimate harmony between the Jinchuuriki and the tailed beast. They are like 2 friends, who share the same views and battle strategies. 8 tails was once pursued by Sasuke's Taka, but used his chakra tentacle body to deceive Sasuke. Obito later used the chakra in that tentacle, to revive the 10 tails, allowing Killer Bee to escape. Gyuki and Kurama were the only 2-tailed beasts to escape Akatsuki's scythe, which most other tailed beasts were unable to do. Nine tails. It represents the most ferocious and cruel. Kurama is known to the world as a calamity sent down by the gods to the earth to punish humans. 9 tails is a 9-tailed fox, with its whole body covered in crimson fur, the color of hatred. In the culture of many Asian countries, the fox is an animal with cunning properties, carrying in its magic, often disguised as a human to carry out evil schemes. The 9 tails was sealed within Naruto by Randai Minato. It is the most cunning-tailed beast, ready to take over Naruto's body, when given the opportunity to escape. It has the most chakra among the 9-tailed beasts. According to the 8 tails, Kurama has always had a great deal of resentment towards humans, because he thinks that humans only see tailed beasts as tools to take advantage of. Until training under the guidance of Killer Bee, and thanks to the timely help of his parents' souls, Naruto has gradually conquered the monster in his body. Kurama has participated in Ao, Ife and Dead battles. One of them was the landslide feud between Madara and Hashirama, and especially the battle with Sasuke in the Valley of the Edge. Currently, Kurama is seen as a symbol, and is respected by Konoha villagers as a protector of Konoha.
中惑星螺旋手裏剣。木星クラマ。行くぜサスケ。
重ねよう。